Oh, we're starting. And begin.
Bryce. I'm locked onto you, Bryce. Give me a good show.
Now, this is going to be one of the first tournaments in a while where we've seen a dominance of heavy guns on a lot of the ships.
Indeed. I think a lot of that has to do with the integrity buff that we decided to give heavy guns in general, make them more survivable.
Yeah, a little bit less easy to just click off with the faster builds. Faster builds still have a place, but it's not just stripping all the parts off of every single ship.
Alright. You are dancing here. Absolutely dancing. Trying to make themselves hard targets for any kind of sniping maneuvers from the enemy.
MC does have that one Ares. They are charging straight into the fight. At least Yuad is.
Yeah, they're engaging evasive maneuvers as they do so, which is very nice to see, and they're doing it well.
Both teams maneuvering around the blocker plates, which are now a feature much closer to the center.
Yes, my drones would like to thank you for that, Muzzled.
Hey, my drones work perfectly fine with them. Might be because I made the maneuverability quite a bit higher on my version of the script, but Bryce has taken a airy shot. Nope, seems it just skimmed by him.
Both teams sussing each other out right now. Neither ready for that commit. Waiting
Reaper
until the timer ticks down.
has taken to the center.
Yeah,
Firing out the
and it looks to be
500s.
fortified as well. Reaper playing the tank role for you, Odd. Unleashing that storm of torpedoes.
Oh, it seems my audio has broken just a bit. That's fine, I'll just do a restart after this. If your guns do start hissing at you, just restart your game. There's a known bug.
303 seemingly backing up Reaper. In the center, yep, moving in and fortifying in the center point.
Looks like Bryce and Mr. Purple are going
like-
wide.
Yeah, it looks like Max is the primary target for you, Odd. Genuine Oyster hanging right back. Seemingly, as I said, team tactician. Bryce, Mr. Purple engaging on a flank maneuver. Bryce leading, Mr. Purple following. This is designed to prevent the shunting from Team Red. CE.
Lecto's lighting up. Trying to hit Bryce. Looks like Mr. Purple is sticking with the Gauss ammunition on those Cease. Very high rate of fire, not particularly accurate. More of a short-range weapon. MRM's attempting to track Mr. Purple. He's getting out of dodge, burning a lot of them down with his point defense. Looks like he's gonna sail straight out of range before any of them managed to hit. Oh, one managed to hit, but it was not the actual Sabo. Doing no damage.
Genuine Oyster still on the back lines, behind the blocker plate. Probably in a spectator camera, calling shots for his teammates.
It is really good to see not everybody in a pilot seat. It does mean the teams are much better organized. Jeez, really choked on that one.
3 to 5 team members per team, and how you use them is up to you.
And the lower limit is a suggestion. It's not going to lock you out of the tournament, but it is our best suggestion.
Yeah. It's not recommended to come to space fights alone. It's scary out there.
Another feature of the arena, as the timer ticks on, are these blocker shields that you can actually fly through, but they will block fire from both sides until they go down.
Bryce moving around to flank again, and being backed up by Mr. Purple. Chris still main target.
Arrows are on the way. A lot of the targets that he's firing at right now can be really difficult to hit with these heavier batteries and heavier missiles. I believe Chris is the focus currently because some of his shield pen Gauss weapons.
Shields down on Chris.
He's losing some eyes. They're breaking right off. Huge amount of ceasefire just tearing through these. Well, I would call them decorative, but they do have a lot of lasers in them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a bad day to be Chris. Singled out as the primary target.
Finally managing to get
Nice.
targeting on... Who is that? That'd be Bryce.
I too have hissing audio from guns. Interesting.
Yeah, that's
I
a...
hope this problem doesn't persist.
Just gotta restart your game. It can happen at any time, triggering. Oh, looks like one of the eyes has been broken off, but it is continuing to track, or at least shoot at Mr. Purple.
Mm-hmm. Chris, buddy, you come talk to me about making those eyes drones that auto-activate when they break off.
Would be quite impressive. Mr. Purple under the guns now. Shields are falling consistently, but they are still at 80%.
But Bryce and Purple have turned the entire enemy team, making them present their backs to Reaper Dragon and 303. It's good tactics here from you. Very good tactics, very good maneuvering.
3-3 continuing to be unmolested.
Bryce and Mr. Purple making good use of the arena cover.
Now, with the inclusion of this cover, we have significantly shortened the tactical flexibility of just flying as far away as you want. So this has become a game of quadrants. Chris continuing to take the majority of the fire. Not looking very healthy. Those lasers burning into armor. He's firing Thanatos. Tiger fire peeking in through the blocker plate holes. Yeah. For once I agree with Preston. Chris is going to cease and desist. Can't tell if he has very much maneuverability, but yes, he does. He does have enough to not hit the blocker plates. If you do hit these with your shields up and you do not have allow things through, they might pop your shields.
Reaper and 303 fortified on the edge of the arena here. They've barely moved since the early days of the match, but they don't need to. They're tanking for their team.
This is UOD's game to lose. MC brought a good configuration, but there's a lot of fast movers that they just can't engage without exposing themselves to the heavier ships on UOD. Axe shields go down.
Given the relative lightness of those heavier ships, I almost wonder if shoot the tank may not have been the better call here.
A hail of fire coming in, and the Tempest just skimming over the top of Max. I didn't think any of those landed, but those do pretty devastating damage to a brick like this.
Oh, Mr. Purple raining green hell on Max. In fact, that says Max, but that wasn't Max's original ship, was it? Or was it? No, that was Max's original ship. I'm being confused.
He is a giant brick as usual. Chris still has a bunch of M1 torpedoes firing into 303's rear. 303 distracted with shooting at Max, who seems to be the target of UOD now. Chris going ignored. 303 trying to dynamically shunt here, allowing a little bit of fire through. Down to the last 10 minutes of the match. As Max continues to get burned down. That constant rate of fire.
There's a lot of rounds coming in on Max from the two fast moves from UOD. Meanwhile, in the centre, MC being forced to hold centre point, or at least try to.
Now, UOD has been split in two here and have surrounded MCE.
Yep.
And UOD have now occupied MCE, seeming to prioritize killing the fast movers, doing their best here. Firing arrows at ships that are much too maneuverable.
MC taking advantage of the shield bubble to recharge their own personal shields. Although under those circumstances, what they should have done was switch their guns off. But having that on your taskbar under those circumstances is, well, that's one more thing to worry about in combat.
Well, looks like we just had a grid go red from UOD. Believe it was that flashbang ship that has stopped existing somewhere down the line. Shorsh has gone back to contest the zone.
I suspect the flashbang probably tried for a ram. Now, Oyster can get on board and engage repairs on anybody that needs it, but honestly, I don't think you need much in the way of repairs. They're pretty damn healthy. Very strong showing from UOD here.
The amount of laser point defense, anything but mass missile fire is going to be burned down pretty quick, but 303 shields have dropped from full to, well, 35%. They're not down yet. It is better than nothing.
All of that beautiful ceasefire. Those Creed guns. You do like a Creed gun. Oh, and a ram. Was not a perfect ram.
Wasn't expecting it.
Bad.
Looks like Mr. Purple has reverted to base instincts. Trying to burn Shorsh out of the game here nice and fast. Looks like MC have reconverged on the center.
Have a look at the damage that ram did. It was mostly on armor. That ram was pretty ineffective.
After the changes to how deformation damage works by Keen, ramming has become from a guaranteed kill to more of a utility. Which, to be perfectly honest, is probably for the best. Head over back to the center and see how UOD is faring against the bulk of the MCE ships. 303's shields are down.
Oh! Now that was a bit more effective. That took out a lot of his hydrogen systems there, losing major amounts of thrust.
It's every time I look away, he goes for the ram.
Yeah, don't worry, I got it.
Oh, the Nick seems to be very depressed.
See, that ship now seems to be mostly drifting, lacking thrust, lacking guns.
Alright, back to MC and UOD in the center. Down to the last 5 minutes. But it appears as if MC have the upper hand of 303. Chris,
303
outside the
have
zone.
Teammates.
They do! MC really needs to seal the deal on 303 before UOD comes back to the zone. Reaper has been split apart from 303 as Ken goes for a little bit of a love tap. Seems to have intended to fire his Electo, but kind of just fired it straight down. As Ken breaks off to go after Bryce, it seems.
Yeah, those superior short-range brawling weapons proving their worth here. Actually giving MCE a chance if they can capitalise on it.
Stop the presses. It looks like the... no. Never mind. I thought that was 203 as being effective. That 303 has taken some damage, but none of his guns seem to be offline. As Max appears to be going for Mr. Purple now. Interesting target prioritization from MC. Oh wow, Mr. Purple is definitely hurt.
I apologize for the hit.
Yeah, you're probably best suited to just turning your game volume down until you get a restart in.
Yeah, just stay away from people. Oh yeah, Mr. Purple taking some hefty damage there.
Chris going for broke. Just trying to do something to the 303, but his shields are up. M1 torpedoes. Quite effective if you're firing them at point blank. There they go. Blasting pretty decent sized holes.
Yep. They are a nice compromise between light missiles and the big arrows. We're in a good place. It's nice to see them coming back. Bad reputation for a while, but...
Erebus flak fire impacting the rear end of 303.
Damaged Hulk still putting out M8s like they're going out of fashion.
So the battle points are looking pretty even. UOD slightly in the ascension. Looks like Ken has lost some of his main thrust here. Oh, and he's taking Casper rounds. And that will overheat their guns. Oh, looks like we got a mutual ram going on here. Ken and 303. Beautiful impact. Bryce passing on underneath.
I think that ram very much would favour Ken.
I'm not sure about that. Because it looks like Ken's front has split. Open to allow the ingress of 303.
That being said, I think he had less to lose, so...
Now at this point, 303 shields cannot come back up without dumping all of their HP into damaging Ken. And a lot of 303's guns cannot actually depress far enough to hit Ken. He needs to disengage.
You still have the central tank battle going on between Reaper.
We are going to be running into overtime here in 50 seconds. And that is when the push field will activate. This is going to be universal gravity at 0.25 G, pushing out from center.
Where the admins throw the players to the ropes.
Max fortified up, trading shots with Reaper. He's getting shot from behind. 303 shields still appear to be down. Ken doing his best with his 5 remaining weapons. Swing and a miss. Doesn't quite make it. The M1's also not quite making it. There's a lot of point defense on 303.
sound volume, game volume for now.
Probably for the best.
Hissing was too much.
I should also just reduce mine. Don't want to miss a second though. Alright, we are now in overtime.
Now the shoving begins.
Gravity is now on.
I don't fancy Ken's chances of staying in.
And it's pretty unlikely to stay in.
He does still have one big rear thrust, but that's going to take some skilled piloting.
Looks like the majority of Bricecraft's front has been broken off.
Speaking of skilled piloting, nice ram there. Should have switched to integrity though.
Oh, he has gotten under the shields of 303, preventing him from getting his shields up, and has rammed off the Reaper torpedoes.
I thought they were already gone.
Well, now they're definitely gone. I know one was previously.
It's an attempted shove.
It's just trying to push and shove him. It appears that Kent has better power to weight. 3-3 unable to get his main drive thrusters in the action here. UMM-1 sailing by Max. A lot of those M8s getting shot almost straight out of the tube by the point defense. Some of them made it through.
The other UAD tank now back in the zone. Desperately trying to hold in the zone.
Max taking
It's got a
decent amount
in there.
of
Yep.
torpedo fire. Everybody's shields are down. All this damage is going to stick. Big wave of MRM fire streaking right into Reaper.
No shields tournament when muzzled.
Reaper shields coming back up.
Lots of missile hits.
A lot of them have landed.
Slipping out of the zone again. He needs to stay in there.
And the battle point advantage is in UAD's favor. As Chris gets blasted by a bunch of M1s, he's still trying to fire his M8s. Not a lot of ship left. Is being ripped apart as a bunch of arrows hit 303 perfectly in the bottom, blasting open his belly.
Somebody desperately trying to conduct repairs there. You might want to take the anti-radiation meds, my friend.
Get some Rad-X.
Yeah, spacesuit can only do so much for you.
Looks like Mr. Purple's back in action, has repaired his build. And the majority of both teams are still in the zone, but I'm not sure if this can go any other way than UAD's favor.
Hell of a fight, though.
Not bad for an opener.
MCE might have taken a kicking at the start, but they certainly held on tenaciously.
Shorsh taking a bunch of torpedo fire. Still just barely out of the zone.
We got some serious hugging going on here in the middle.
Chris attempts to do anything with what he has left. 5 guns still. Probably all M8s. Let's actually check that. Yeah, 4 M8s and a Thanatos. It's not going to be setting the world on fire as they target Reaper instead. Not doing an incredible amount of damage. Ah. Did you know you can buy followers, primes, and viewers on cut.ly? Can somebody ban that?
No,
I
did actually know that. They bothered me for a while.
Nice.
Working on it.
Bruh, I have 42 viewers. You don't need to advertise me that crap. How you... Like, jeez. Lots of Caspa fire streaking into the corpse of Chris. It's only 2 members in the zone per team. Shore sailing out. Has not gone red, but he doesn't look very healthy. Three ramming right into Chris as he tries to get back in. And Chris has gone red. Ken seems to be not very mobile.
Fighting that clarity now.
Oh, he did fly out of the zone for a sec, but his teammate is still in. Which M1's hitting Chris, finishing the job on a ship that is already dead. And Chris is now back in. Not Chris, Ken. Everybody is quite beaten up. Almost exhausted.
At this point, the gladiators will no doubt be feeling rather sweaty. Just one member of MCE left to be dealt with, but he is sitting damn near at center point. Switching to real cam for a second. Looking out, can we see him?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, there we can. Yes, we can.
Continues to be
Hello.
facing the center. He has no weapons.
Don't
He's
worry,
just...
Russell, we're safe in here.
He's begging for help, but I can't help you out, bud. So...
These glass windows are bulletproof glass. We're perfectly safe.
Now, the entirety of MCE have no weapons left. Thank you very much, Tiberius, for the gift subs. I think we can call this. I don't think this
Thank
is...
you very much, Tiberius, for the gift subs.
I don't think this is
You're
going
a legend,
anywhere.
Nope.
Yeah. Yeah, that's game. we can look into the future.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
UOD.
We are not done yet.
Congratulations to you all. Well fought.